Cutting boards, the #1 selling item I get asked to make more than anything else. So if you're just starting out on your woodworking journey and you're looking to make some extra cash, this is the video for you.
In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make cutting boards. And during the process, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how you can make money selling cutting boards. Tip #1, design a unique cutting board.
When I'm coming up with a specific design or look for my cutting board, I often start with a piece of paper or a software such as Adobe Illustrator. This way, I can limit the chance of making any mistakes while I'm in the process of building. If you're just starting out though, I recommend you just have fun, experiment, play around with different woods, designs, and shapes. This is the time to experiment while you figure out what kind of cutting boards you enjoy making, and more importantly, testing out to see which boards actually sell. The word unique is almost subjective because coming up with something that's not already out in the marketplace is tough. However, you can make it your own by adding your own flair or twist to the idea. At the end of the day, you just need to offer your client something that they view as unique. Because in marketing your business, the goal is not to be better, but to be different.
Tip #2, you need to start marketing yourself by telling everyone that you're making custom cutting boards.
I recommend posting pictures and videos on your social media pages. Show people how you make your cutting boards. This not only shows how much effort and passion that you put into your work, but also allows them to get to know you. Your phone is the perfect tool to get this done with. I'd even go as far as to say that you could make a contest to bring more attention to your products. Ask your followers to share your post for the opportunity to win a free custom cutting board for themselves. Big creators like Mr. Beast do this all the time, and it helps bring more eyeballs to what they're up to. Attention is the most valuable asset in today's world. If this is the only tip that you take away from today's video, then remember, money follows attention, which leads perfectly into tip #3. Do me a favor and hit that like button if you find any value from this video so far.
Tip #3, your family and friends are probably going to be your first few clients. So when that pool dries up, here are a few places that you can try and sell.
Facebook Marketplace is a good place to start. Here, there are no fees, so whatever you sell your boards for will all go back to you. Etsy is another very popular place to sell your projects, and it's definitely a hot spot for cutting boards. It's super easy to set up an Etsy shop. There are tons of videos on YouTube that can help. I'll link one of them down in the description below. Etsy does, however, have fees, so that's something to keep in mind when selling here. It's also very competitive. Craft shows are also a great place to sell. There will be a fee to partake, and you will have to make a display booth, however. Once you've started selling and you found your market, you're going to want to create your own website, which is something I'm in the process of doing myself. So we'll save that for another video.
Tip #4, make sure you create a unique product that's specific to your brand that differentiates you from your competition.
Think of branding as your reputation. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. As I mentioned earlier, by getting on social media and showcasing not only your work, but you as a person. Your branding is as equally as important as your product you make. If you want to sell high-end looking cutting boards, then you need to present them that way. Take the best photos you can, stage them in a beautiful way, maybe even spend a little bit of money up front on a professional photographer. Focus on a niche group of people who want to showcase their personal style and complement their kitchen space. So make your design stand out and watch the dollars roll in. Eventually, slowly, but eventually.
Tip #5, pricing. We have to make sure that you're not leaving any money on the table.
The first two things when calculating the price of your boards are the material costs and shipping. Make sure that these are both covered in your price. Also factor in how much time and how difficult each board was to make. You can also offer multiple sizes to fit different budgets and needs. Offering different sizes will better utilize your material, which will bring your costs down and bring your profits up.
Tip #6, try and have some fun. Making money is great, but at the end of the day, if you're not having any fun, it's not worth it anyway.
Coming from someone who's made hundreds of cutting boards, making cutting boards can be very repetitive and mundane. I find the best way to keep things fun and fresh is to challenge myself. You could try and make a new design. You could try using different types of wood. Or you could use some of the cash that you've made from selling these boards on my bonus tip, which is investing in a small CNC. Investing in a small CNC will take your woodworking to the next level. This will allow you to make even more unique and creative projects for your clients by giving them a custom engraving, which will give your project a more personal touch. You know what's going to streamline your cutting board process? A brand new crosscut sled. Watch the video here to learn how to make your own.